Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the best meta Partbreaker and Blast Attack armor for the Driftsmelt event. This video covers the best armor to consider Driftsmelting during the upcoming Driftsmelt Bonanza event Part 2. This event will release Mysterious Driftstone B that provides Partbreaker and Blast Attack if you Driftsmelt it onto your armor. And no Driftsmelt builds in this video till the Teostra gear releases. It's very likely that gear will affect Blast Element, so we'll have something that'll affect Blast Element, so I'm not going to put it on the builds until that stuff comes out and we know all the armor and all the skills so that we can have everything you possibly could need before I make Driftsmelt builds with Blast Attack. First, we're going to cover the Partbreaker and Blast Attack Driftsmelting Odds. So due to a hidden variable, the odds of getting best specific skills in Driftstones are 3.3%. This means Mysterious B will give Partbreaker and Blast Attack at a 3.3% probability. I know this from this chart from MHN.Quest has Mysterious A on it, but if these were the odds for Mysterious A, then the odds should be the same for Mysterious B skills. While the rest of the skills are a 5% probability, except for Aggressive Dodger, which is considered a best skill at 3.3%. So if you look at the bottom with the common skills, it's Aggressive Dodger with 3.3%. These are extremely low odds. Make sure you consider the time and effort it takes for the gear you want to get Partbreaker / Blast Attack. This is why you don't hide your Driftsmelt shards if you're not experienced at Driftsmelting, because you're lying to everyone when you say you have a lot of experience and you know what the best ones to use are, when you don't put this warning out there that it's really hard. Me and everyone that's an actual expert at Driftsmelting and has done a lot of them can tell you that it takes hundreds and possibly hundreds before you can even get your first full Driftsmelt build. But it's really expensive. Consider the time resources before you even get into this, and you don't really need it, but we'll get more on that later in the video. And now we move on to the best armor to smelt these new skills onto, starting off with the best Partbreaker Driftsmelt armor. And we have the Black Diablo's Helm. While this is a subspecies armor, the Black Diablo's Helm requires grade 8 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot. It already has 2 levels of Partbreaker and also provides Resentment level 1 at grade 6. This is the best piece for Partbreaker overall because it is the only current armor piece with 2 levels of Partbreaker in the game. Only one, and I know it's a subspecies armor, but still, again, this is the best one out of all of them. And with Partbreaker Driftstone, this piece will have 3 levels of Partbreaker. So you could use this one and another piece with a Partbreaker Driftstone on it, and you max out Partbreaker at level 5. Best piece, like, you can't ask for anything better. And some other thing to note is that if you use Black Diablos weapons, they already have Partbreaker on them with level 1, so you don't even need another piece that has 2 Driftsmelted piece on it. You just need one with the Black Diablos weapon and one piece that has Partbreaker level 1. Next up for the best Partbreaker gear, we have Diablo's Coil. So the Diablo's Coil requires grade 6 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot. It already has 1 level of Partbreaker and also provides Offensive Guard level 1 at grade 6. This is a great piece if you use Offensive Guard and would like Partbreaker along with it. This is particularly for those Lance mains and those Charblade mains, or anything that guards like with Sword and Shield. You could proc it, you're good at proccing Offensive Guard, you won't take any damage, and you will proc that Offensive Guard boost. With the Partbreaker Driftstone, this piece will have 2 levels of Partbreaker. So again, perfect with Offensive Guard, and if you want Partbreaker to break those parts and get more rewards from large monsters after you defeat them. And for the final piece of Partbreaker Driftsmelt armor, we have the Diablo's Greaves. So the Diablo's Greaves requires grade 8 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot. It has 2 levels of Slugger to begin with, and also provides Partbreaker level 1 at grade 6. Now the reason why this thing is so good is because this piece is perfect for Hammer and Sword and Shield mains. It's also useful for any weapon type that can stun. Slugger level 2 is the perfect sweet spot, and this armor piece already has those 2 levels. So you want to stun, you want to break a ton of parts, especially that Kushala head in Elder Dragon Interception so that you could possibly get that horn piece. This piece is amazing. And with a Partbreaker Driftstone, this piece will have 2 levels of Partbreaker. Again with the Black Diablos thing, because if you use a Black Diablos weapon, you get 1 level of Partbreak. And for hammers, we do have a Black Diablo's hammer. Use that, one of these pieces, and the Black Diablo's helm. You have max Partbreaker as well as the perfect sweet spot of 2 levels of Slugger. And now we move on to Blast Attack, the best blast attack armor, and we're first going to start off with the Sisiaku Mail. The Sisiaku Mail requires grade 5 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot. It has 1 level of status sneak attack and also provides Artful Dodger level 1 at grade 4. Status sneak attack is the elemental status build-up meta. Artful Dodger is also a great defensive skill. With Blast Attack Driftstone, this piece will have 1 level of blast attack. So again, elemental status build-up is the meta when you have status sneak attack. So you need this piece to get it to 5, and it has a great bonus for Artful Dodger. Next up for blast attack, we have the Sisiaku Vambraces. The Sisiaku Vambraces require grade 5 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot. And it has 2 levels of status sneak attack at grade 4. And of course, status sneak attack is the elemental status build-up meta. This is the best status sneak attack armor piece because it has 2 levels of status sneak attack. Thanks to this piece, we only need 4 pieces of armor to max out status sneak attack. And with the Blast Attack Driftstone, this piece will have 1 level of blast attack. Speaking of 1 level, we're going back to 1 level, as in 1 level of status sneak attack, and this is going to be given by the Sisiaku Coil. It requires grade 5 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot, and like I mentioned, it already has 1 level of sneak attack. And it provides Evade Extender level 1 at grade 4. So status sneak attack again is the elemental status build-up meta, and with Evade Extender, it's a great movement skill. It's gonna let you get behind of the monster, because in order to proc build up, you need to attack it from behind anyways. So this lets you move up to its bottom faster, or at a certain angle, so you could still build up status sneak attack. And with the Blast Attack Driftstone, this piece will have 1 level of blast attack. And last but not least, for blast attack, we have the Nightshade Palumu Greaves. The Nightshade Palumu Greaves require grade 5 to unlock its Driftsmelt slot. The thing about it is, it hasn't been out for a second, so hopefully it comes back pretty soon as far as on the field, so that we can have an event and y'all can actually build your Nightshade Palumu gear if you didn't buy the paid ticket. It also has 1 level of Rude Awakener and status sneak attack level 1 at grade 6. So you're not going to get it right away like a lot of the other armor for Sisiaku. You need to actually upgrade it to grade 6. Now, Rude Awakener isn't great for a blast attack build, but if someone else has sleep on the team, then this can kind of pair up with it. Other than that, by putting 1 blast attack Driftstone, this piece will have 1 level of blast attack. In closing, remember, Driftsmelting content should be treated as a bonus. If you don't have a lot of experience, again, you shouldn't be giving Driftsmelt advice, because it can take hundreds for a full Driftsmelt build, or even to get 1 skill that you particularly want. Not everyone has the time or resources to go after full Driftsmelt builds, and you do not need them to do well for the Monster Hunter Now endgame. After 3 full Driftsmelt builds and over 350 Driftsmelts, I personally will only go after Super Weapon full Driftsmelt builds and extras if I feel like it. I've gotten way luckier than most. That's 3 full Driftsmelt builds and only 300 smelts. And I know they're out there where some of y'all take like 200, 300, 400, hundreds before you finally got 1. So it's hard. And we also don't know if the blast element will be worth it, and future armor sets with blast attack on them should release in the future. So don't worry. I'm also pretty sure this event will come back and you'll be able to Driftsmelt blast attack again. Please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Now this Driftsmelt Bonanza event part 2 will be going along with the Teostra event. So this is why I'm making this video now, because a lot of Teostra content is coming up soon. So again, you're gonna have these 2 events around the same time, so hopefully it's a great time for y'all, and especially since we have the September major update coming soon. So good luck on your Driftsmelts again, good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.